Am I the asshole? For eating my husband's entire birthday cake by myself? I'll preface this by saying that my husband's family and I don't get along, like at all. We're rarely ever on good terms, and for my mental health I decided to put distance between us. Especially after I was blamed for my most recent miscarriage that happened 3 months ago. My husband can still see and visit them whenever he wants. For me, I don't attend any of their events, not even Thanksgiving nor Christmas. My husband's 30th birthday was 2 days ago. I planned to celebrate with him. I bought a cake and a gift, but he said that his family invited him to celebrate his birthday and he really wanted to go because the birthday parties his family throw are like no others. We had an argument over this, but he told me to wait for him till he finished celebrating there with his family, then we could celebrate together at home and eat cake. After he left I felt so terrible. I called him, but he turned his phone off. I was so mad I took the cake and brought it to the living room and started eating from it. I ate the whole thing, not saving him a single piece. Guess I was so angry and it made me hungry. He came home and saw what I did and blew up, saying I did this to spiteful and to punish him for not ditching his family on his birthday like I wanted him to. I reminded him I paid for the cake, but he called me petty and nuts. He ranted and ranted, then said that he didn't get to eat cake at his parents' house because lots of kids were there and he didn't get enough cake, and what I did was 10 times worse. He's been upset with me ever since. Am I the asshole? This isn't about the cake. Honey, this is not about the cake. It's about him choosing his horrible family over you. Wake up and either demand counseling to make him realize he's a total ass or get a divorce lawyer. Not the asshole, because this simply at this point isn't about the cake anymore. Not the asshole. What kind of person prioritizes, let alone speaks to people that blamed his wife for miscarrying? These are horrible people. You are wise to avoid them and definitely deserved a whole cake while he deserved nothing. I'm so sorry for your loss. Not the asshole. His family blames you for a miscarriage and he's still okay with talking to them? You tried to throw a small party and it wasn't good enough for him. His families are like no other. He should have gotten cake before the kids if it was so important to him. He got pissed and yelled over a cake. If my husband was still buddy-buddy with someone who blamed me after we lost our son, I'd be doing more than just eating his cake. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Please talk to someone about that miscarriage though. It can do a number on your headspace and talking to a professional can help. Not the asshole. So was he implying you aren't his family? I personally think it was pretty shitty of him to ditch you on his birthday. Especially a milestone birthday. Now you know how much you mean to him. Is this the life you want to live? He turns 40 and you eat another cake alone? You deserve better for yourself. Info: at what point during the process of his family making plans for his birthday did he find out, and at what point during this process did you find out? Not the asshole. There are so many red flags here I don't know where to begin. Your in-laws blame you for a miscarriage? I'm so sorry. If your husband isn't supporting you right now, he is the problem. It goes without saying that your in-laws are a massive problem. Then he throws a hissy fit about birthday cake after fighting and losing a different battle over a different cake with children? You should sit down for this one. Your problems are large enough for a divorce lawyer, not Reddit. If my family blamed my partner for their own miscarriage, I would never want to speak to them ever again, to be perfectly honest. I would have rage eaten the cake too. Not the asshole. This marriage is doomed. Not the asshole. If someone blamed my wife for a miscarriage, they wouldn't be in our lives anymore, family or not. Not the asshole. You're married to a selfish asshole who ignores his family's abuse of you because he likes to attend lavish parties. If you actually love this coward, then get couples therapy. And if he doesn't get whoever blamed you for the miscarriage to apologize, then he should get some balls and go LC until they do. But this is something deeper and above Reddit pay grade. Miscarriage: I'm sorry for this, marital problems, and etc. need therapy to address. You guys can't go on like this. Info. When you say I plan to celebrate with him, does that mean you both plan to celebrate his birthday, or that you independently planned his birthday without checking in on what he wanted to do first? This marriage sounds doomed. How can you have a future as a couple when you live such separate lives and disagree on fundamental things? He is happy for you to be excluded, you do not feature in key events in his life. Is this what you want for the rest of your life? Not the asshole for being upset. But all parties involved have major issues. I am far more concerned as to why you want to bring a child into a situation where their grandparents have been unspeakably cruel to their mother, whose feelings are disregarded by their father. Is your hope that everyone will start caring about your feelings when you give them a child? Not the asshole, but communication is very needed in this relationship. He should have told you first about the party, unless they last minute the plan to keep you away from him or something. Info. When they blamed you for having a miscarriage, how did your husband respond to them? Info needed. Did your husband not tell you about the party? How much in advance? Did you guys talk about how to celebrate his birthday? Did he defend you against the blame for the miscarriage? I'm so sorry about your loss and the grief you are going through. Why is your husband not being more supportive? Why was his phone turned off? Did you guys have a plan for when he would be back by to do your celebration? Not the asshole. His family blamed you for a miscarriage and then he ditched you for them on his birthday. Eating his cake is pretty minor on the list of things you could do. One of my younger sisters divorced after her husband's family blamed her for a miscarriage where she nearly died and partially had him convinced. Not the asshole. TBH, you should be rethinking this marriage. He's still hanging out with the family that blames you for your miscarriage. And it's only been 3 months, that wound is still pretty fresh. He's not being a good husband to you, and deserves someone who is. You're going to have a lot of so frustrated you eat an entire birthday cake moments unless something changes. This belongs more on petty revenge. If my husband's family blamed me for a miscarriage, I would expect him to never speak to them again. What a horrible thing to do to a grieving mother. Why is everyone glossing over the fact his family blames her for her miscarriage and he's still interacting with them? I'm a little bit concerned that you binge ate an entire cake. Is this something you do regularly when upset? If so, you may want to look into seeking help for binging for the sake of your own health. Not the asshole who cares about a cake. You have bigger issues. Why is your husband cool that his family treats you like garbage? You should be thinking more about that. Do you want kids with him? Do you want to be tied forever to someone who isn't concerned about your feelings and is perfectly happy to exclude you? The cake is not important. Consider if your marriage is worth feeling like this forever. Not the asshole. What kind of husband does not stand up for his wife against toxic family since you're the family he chose? Also, honestly, OP, it seems like your husband will not prioritize you. All the "you're the asshole" comments are simply too narrow-minded to know it really goes beyond the cake situation. Info. Did you plan the birthday celebration before his family? And did he know? No. Not the asshole. You ate his cake that you bought for him to celebrate? Big fucking deal. He was fine with excluding his wife from his 30th birthday party. His family was throwing the same family that doesn't get along with his wife and blamed her for her recent miscarriage after you bought the cake and shared your plans for his b-day with him, and he said yeah, no sorry, my family throws cool parties, CYA later. FFS, not the asshole. Why are you with him? Not the asshole. I think we got an Iranian yogurt situation on our hands. This isn't about the cake. It's worrying your husband doesn't stick up to you and will choose people who were incredibly hurtful towards you over you for spending his birthday with. Does nobody communicate before making plans?